business owners, founders, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs. If you're in business, you need to listen to this video because I assure you, you're going to leave with some gems that you can apply to your business right away. But before I even get started, like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate all the support, and I know you clicked on this for a reason. So before I even start getting into the nitty gritty of the content, just give it a like, please, or comment, show some love, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I really appreciate the support. I'm here to help you improve your personal brand as well as the personal development side of things. I want you to be better. I want you to be the best version of yourself. And in order to do that, you need to be very much intentional with what you're doing. And to be intentional, it means to be active. And to be active is clicking the like, comment, and subscribe button and doing all that good stuff. But we are here to talk about editorial calendars. Some people say editorial calendars, some say PR calendars. I'm a bit either or. But the whole point I'm trying to make is that you cannot spend your time running a business in just reactive mode. Far too many business owners are missing out on potential media opportunities just because they're not keeping their eyes to the streets. They don't know what's going on. They don't know what's going on in their industry. They don't know what's going on with their competitors. They don't know what networking events are going on. They're just so focused on building the business. And don't get me wrong, it's very much a hard effort in terms of doing that in the first place. And if you don't have time, I would advise you to get in touch with me, book a one-to-one call. I'll be happy to help. But the point I'm trying to make is that we spend so much time building a business that we're not actually utilizing the things that are available to us. We're not opening our eyes to the things that can help our business in a much more proactive and efficient and beneficial way. Why do we want to make things hard for ourselves? We're already trying to run a business. We're trying to not only just run it, but we're trying to build it into a profitable business. That takes effort, that takes a lot of time, but we need to be smarter. We need to be able to use our initiative. We need to be able to align ourselves with opportunities. And for that reason, that's why I say that building an editorial calendar, also known as a PR calendar, is the most impactful ways for you to forward plan your year. It's important to forward plan your year to know exactly what you're getting yourself into, how you can align yourself with potential news stories or awareness days, just things that you know that you can plan from the start of the year to the end of the year. It doesn't take much time. It may take time in the initial stages, but once it's done, you have an exact idea, a strategy, and a plan for you to pursue your goals and your objectives in order to build your business whilst getting the ability to get more coverage, more media coverage, for you to be able to get more investor confidence because you've aligned yourself in the right places at the right time, and most importantly, more clientele. But you're not going to get more clientele if people don't know you. And if people don't know you, you need to become more visible. And that's all done through the calendar. So, in terms of why I think it's important to develop an editorial calendar, is because throughout the year, there's going to be so many different events and particular days that align with your industry. And for you to be positioned as a thought leader, you need to be able to know what's going on. You need to be able to share your insights in good timing. You need to be able to align yourself with particular events that's happening. You need to be able to lock in with particular days and see how you can use that to capitalize off of the potential media opportunity that you can get from it. You need to always think one step ahead of your competitors. And if you do not have a PR or editorial calendar, you're very much missing out on potential opportunities that can set you apart. So, the first thing in terms of that calendar element is you need to define your personal branding goals. Are you building your personal brand because you want to grow your business? Do you want to be seen as the thought leader in your industry? Are you doing it to get more media coverage? Why are you doing the things that you're doing in order of developing a personal brand? Because from that, you will then be able to condense the ideas of the why, and then you'll be able to break it apart and then present it into the objectives of what you're doing and where you need to be and why you need to be there. And if you can do that from the early stages of your brainstorming and understanding that, once you start to plot the year ahead, then you have an idea of where you spend your most time, where you spend your most effort, and how you get the most benefit from presenting yourself across the year through these different things, right? After that, we want to be able to break it down. I usually break down life in quarters, to be fair. I'm at that stage. I'll be there talking with just people, and then they'll just be like, "Oh, what are you doing on this day?" And I'll be like, "Oh, Q3, yeah, I've got this going on. I can't do this right now, XYZ." People look at me like I'm mad, but it does help me for me to be able to look at the years and quarters, because it allows me to understand the time that I need for doing certain things. When things need to be launched, when things need to be kind of refined and developed, and when things need to be in campaign mode, and when I'm pushing forward with particular things. As we're doing this, we're actually in Q4 right about now. So right now everything is kind of slowly unwinding in the run up to Christmas. So a lot of things are more slowing down. A lot of people see this as more as the preparation stage. A lot of time, a lot of people are kind of finishing up with a few bits that they need to work on. And as we're getting slowly towards the end of the year, then it's going to be mainly strategy and planning for what the next year looks like. So I would advise, break down what this particular editorial calendar or PR calendar looks like in terms of the quarters, and break it down in terms of the campaigns that you have coming up, or particular announcements, or anything that you really want to address within your industry or within your company. Figure out and start plotting where within the quarters are you going to start doing this, and how it aligns throughout the entire year, right? Number three, I want you to identify the key dates and any particular industry events. That one will require a bit more work, because you will need to be doing a bit more desk research. That one involves a lot of going online, like I said, but there's so many different platforms that you can look into that can help you. One that I'm going to show you now, matter of fact, is more for awareness days. If I share my screen right now, this is Awareness Days UK and Ireland. So this can help you with your digital content for the year. So you can see the different awareness days. And as we see, today is Golf Lovers Day. Is today Golf Lovers Day? Oh yeah, today's Golf Lovers Day. And then yeah, so the fifth is World Teachers Day, National Be Nice Day, Global James Bond Day. So there's so many different days that you can pick from. So ultimately, you want to be in a position where you have scanned across this entire website, looking at all the different awareness days. You can look at them via through category, and you can look at them through the different various days. So it can be from this month, this week, or even today. They are not paying me for this, but you know what? I figured that it's worth sharing with you, because it's something that I also utilize in order to have an idea of the awareness days that I can apply and incorporate within my personal branding journey. And it's been pretty useful, from pretty much, to be fair, in terms of just keeping up with also the days for my clients as well, so I can keep them up to date and in the loop with any particular things that they have going on, or things that they need to have on their radar. So on that note, I would say Awareness Days UK, definitely check it out and use that as the first instance of developing your content calendar, or your PR calendar, or your editorial calendar. I will decide on the name by the end of this video. But mainly, that is for awareness days solely. But like I said, as well as the awareness days, you also need to consider the industry events. That's either going to be particular awards that you need to attend, or particular awards that you want to submit so you can get shortlisted for. You also want to consider particular networking events throughout the year that will allow you to be in those particular rooms to meet the people, whether it's people that you want to get as clients, or whether it's people you want to get to improve and expand on your network. It all depends on your why. Once you understand the why of why you're doing it, then it helps to develop a calendar that aligns very much towards your goals and your objectives. So from that, we have the industry side of things and industry events. What I would do a video for at some stage is, you want to also be very much aware of particular events that are happening on the news agenda. Anything that can potentially align with what you're doing and what you're working with can be an opportunity for you to basically jump on that news. We call that newsjacking. So that's effectively when there's breaking news that aligns with your particular industry, and you reach out to a particular journalist to say that you are the thought leader that can talk about this particular topic, and you know exactly why you are the best person to speak on it. and then they will get you to either do a piece. It could be a commentary piece, or it could be them actually coming to you and recording content for the news. That sort of stuff is very much something that you need to be very much ready for. It does take a lot of time, it does take a lot of effort, but through doing it successfully, you will set yourself apart so far from your competitors because you've presented yourself as a thought leader that's not only a thought leader when it comes down to things that we know is coming, but also for the reactive things that we had no idea that was coming. So for you to position yourself like that makes you very formidable compared to your peers and your competitors, of course. Now, with that, you want to start mapping out your content strategy. So once you have an idea of all these particular events throughout the year, these industry events you're going to attend, this award show that you're going to attend, this particular news piece that you know that's going to be coming up in a certain time frame, you then map out your content strategy based on what sort of content you'll be putting out. Are you going to be focusing heavily on PR outreach during these particular times of you wanting to align with particular awareness days? Are you going to be doing video content to align yourself with these particular days? Are you going to be capturing content and footage when you win those particular awards or when you're selected to attend those particular industry talks or panels where you're sharing your thoughts? These are the things that you need to consider when you're building this particular calendar to ensure that you've covered each and every ground of being able to diversify your content and to pursue what you're doing with the work and doing it in a way that allows you to be everywhere all at once effectively. You want to be positioning yourself as someone who is very much on the post with everything and you have everything under control. And that all comes down to having a well thought out, well planned out editorial calendar. Lastly, I would say map out the networking events as well. Map out those networking events and don't forget that networking still remains an important part of business and meeting people and meeting potential prospects, clients, or even investors. Make that a part, I would say not a big chunk depending on where you are, but make it a satisfactory chunk of your time in regards of meeting new people for more potential opportunities over time, because you want to develop a calendar that allows you to do a bit of everything within the time frame. There's going to be times when you're going to have to be very much focused on the development of business, and then there can be times when you need to focus on being in these places, showing your face, being very much visible to get more opportunities face to face in person with your particular target audience. So with that, there's different variations of things that can be done, but the main part is always making time for networking. So I hope this helps. I hope it provides a bit of gems and insights in terms of how you can expand on your calendar. I help clients develop this calendar looking at all the various areas that they need to focus on from the first day of January to the last day of December. So if you're interested and you would like some more information how I can support and assist you, let me know. Always happy to help, always happy to support. But most importantly, if you're looking to do it yourself, it can take a bit of time, but we are coming up to the end of the year. And even myself, I'm in the process of finalizing my content calendar or my editorial calendar. You know what? We are going to call it a PR calendar. That's what I'm going to call it. No, visibility calendar. I've coined it. I've said it. That's what I'm calling it now. The visibility calendar. That's what I'm calling it now. I'm going to be developing this visibility calendar for myself. I'm nearly done. And I'm currently developing it. So I'm looking at all the things I need to be invested in or looking into and putting myself forward for 2026. So I would say do not wait until the start of the year for you to start considering what your year is looking like as far as content is concerned and as far as events and those particular things. Start now, plan ahead, plan early, and then it allows you all the time in the world to really get involved in any newsjacking opportunities, knowing that you have everything else more or less handled and dealt with. And anything that kind of happens on a reactive piece, we obviously don't know what's going to happen in 2026. But I assure you, you want to have everything prepared. So when something does happen, you are the one they're calling and you're the one ready because you had something aligned and you had all the stuff planned, knowing that this could be the pretense based on your industry and your niche. So I hope that helps. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you found any value in it. Please leave a comment. If you didn't like it, please let me know why. Let me know how I can improve. Always willing and keen to do so. But in the meantime, lots of love, stay blessed, and peace out. Look after. Take care.